I was live a little bit ago, but there didn't seem to be really too many people in, popping onto my Facebook. Hello, everyone. Betty McKnitt here, your crochet mama. I'm going to be doing a little bit of hand care. I If you don't know already, I have lipedema and it's a fat disorder. And so I can actually feel in my wrist here, I've been crocheting a lot, that something's happening there. I'm not sure what. I've already had liposuction on my arms and had it all taken out. So I'm just going to do a little hand care, and then I'm going to start working on this project, which is I heard a comment roll in. Hi, thank you for the hugs. I'm okay. I can feel it. And I've been crocheting a lot, but if I'm being honest, I don't think it's the crochet that's hurting me. I think it's the holding my phone and with my pinky finger and scrolling on my phone for too long, because I haven't been crocheting that much, and I know how to crochet a marathon and not be in pain. But I mean, I've just been looking at my phone a lot. I don't know why. I know exactly why, because of that crazy post on Facebook yesterday. This is what I'm working on right now. This is the 6-day superstar shawl, and I have one of my peeps working up the star shawl in a different color, but Knitting Fever gave me this yarn to work up this shawl and take some photos, and so they can put my pattern on their website, which I'm really excited about. So let me actually put this down because I don't want to get oil on it. So these are some things that I do to take care of my hands. Because of my lymphatic and fat disorder that I have, I use this oil on my body. You can get it from Amazon, and I'll put a link in my where. The bottle kind of makes a mess, like the whole bottle is oily, so I don't want to put that on my desk. I meant to get a towel. It smells really nice. It has like grapeseed oil. You have tennis elbow from knitting. It doesn't hurt when you crochet. Okay. We'll switch to crochet for a little while. And always when you are when you're crocheting or you're working for a really long time, make sure that you have, like, I usually sit on my sofa when I crochet for long periods of time, and then I have pillows that I put one under each arm, so that when I'm crocheting, my arms relax and my shoulders relax and everything is supported and relaxed, so I don't have to use my muscles or use my energy or use any action to hold my shoulders up. I also, one of the things I don't like about crocheting at this table is that I have to lean this part of my arm onto this hard table in order to work. And so this is, I believe, like where the carpal tunnels are, or where the nerve, there's nerves that run up in there. So leaning on your arms or on a desk or on something hard is a no-no. That can be really bad for you. So I use this oil because it helps with swelling in my hands, and that is not something that I get from crochet. It's something that happens because of my lymphatics and my disorder. So your lymphatics drain up here at the neck. So this is just a practice that I do to keep my lymphatics moving and to move some fluid out of my hands. There's like a drain back here, and there's one up in the front, and under the armpits. So just give those a squeeze. The ulnar nerve. Yep. Thank you. It says I'm streaming onto Facebook, but I don't know. Maybe my internet is not so good. Not getting a lot of. And then, so the lymphatics have to go up. So it has to go up. It has to drain up your arm against gravity. And so I start at the top and I just work. This is called manual lymphatic drainage massage. And you just lightly put your hand on the skin and then you just move the skin a little bit because your lymphatics apparently are right under the skin. So I go all the way down to my hands and then I do all my fingers. And then I go back up. Thank you. Hi, Amy. And the oil feels really nice. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side. I'm a little sweaty, so this part's kind of gross. Hi, Nisha. Okay, and then you just do those little stretches down, hands. My skin gets super dry also, so the having the I feel that little like just like some build up there, some pressing a little bit harder, but you don't have to press really hard when you do. Hi Dee. You don't have to press really hard when you do lymphatic massage. It's just very light, and you just work the fluid out of the hands and up the body. Hey, the queen is here. Okay, so obviously I'm not a doctor. I'm a crochet queen and your crochet mama. So these are just some things that I do for myself. Listen, I don't recommend compression gloves and things like that unless I know, unless I know that you need them. But my feeling is if you're thinking you need compression gloves to crochet, you probably shouldn't crochet right then or knit or whatever. So I am not one to say like, oh, wear compression gloves and I saw these on whatever. That's I don't believe that is a solution. If you're actually in pain, then you probably should not probably. If you're in pain, you should stop crocheting. Okay. I'm going to put this up top and oh, I almost forgot about this. This is something called a face blaster. It's actually meant for your face. But I use it on my hands. It's a fascia massage tool and feels so good, but you have to use it with like oil or lotion. You can't just use it on your skin. And you go up and down with it or you go across, but you don't go in circles. And this is called a face blaster or fascia blaster. If I wait till pain-free, then I'll never crochet. Well, I'm just concerned that you might be, what are the habits that you're doing that are causing the pain in the first place? I mean, if you like have arthritis or, you have a diagnosis or something and you know how to take care of it and you're choosing to crochet with that diagnosis, then, I mean, correcting your posture or whatever, might not, it might be too late for something like that. But if you are always in pain and it's from crochet or from knitting, then you need an ergonomic hook, or you have arthritis. Yeah. So if you have arthritis, it's like you have to just do, you got to do what you can do. I think compression garments are probably appropriate for somebody with arthritis, but sometimes I see people recommending them just because they did you know, they crocheted too much and now they're in pain and they want to keep going. See, something is happening there with the blood flow. You can see the blood flow is coming up there. There's something there. So it's common with lipedema to have lipomas under the skin. So that might be what's happening, but I can feel that there's something there. Hi, Kaylin. Emily says, I'm so new to crochet and my left wrist is what hurts me the most. Emily, are you crocheting with your right hand and your left hand hurts? So I'm going to guess that you're gripping too tight somewhere. If your left wrist hurts, yeah, you're right-handed. Your left wrist hurts. Are you know, how I would want to see how you're holding the yarn, or what your posture is if you're leaning on something or you're not supporting your body when you work. Oh, this feels so good. I could do this all day. These little buggers are expensive too, but just like you know, like money is no object for me when when it comes to like ergonomic hooks or things that are going to help me take care of my body. Something's happening under there, but I'm not going to work it to death at this moment. I'm just going to get the circulation going, get things moving in my forearms because I need it. And this, if you don't know, fascia is the connective tissue. So it's like the membrane surrounding and connecting all your muscles and nerves. And so when you use this tool, sometimes like those layers of tissue can get stuck together, and this tool kind of lets them open up and then slide along each other. You're supposed to drink a lot of water when you do it, but of course I am terrible about drinking water, and here I am sitting here with my mug of Diet Coke. Yeah, I love this thing. I have several of them, and you can use it. You're supposed to use it on your face, but I don't care about my appearance. I just care about my hands. This is another thing I have, is this little cube that is a timer, and I'm going to do 30 minutes tonight, and I use this to just give me a signal to like get up and move around or stretch or whatever. It's one thing to say like, oh, you have to stop, you have to take breaks, and you have to stretch and all that stuff. But if you don't go into your crochet session with intention, with the intention of how you're going to do that, or what cues you're going to use to remind yourself to do that, then you're not going to do it. You're going to sit there with a full bladder all day and keep crocheting. I know it. You know it. I know it. Come on now. We all know that's true. All right. I'm going to put this up overhead, and then I'm going to start working on my project. Oh my gosh. So I can see on the delay that everybody got a good shot of my messy room. Enjoy. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay. Is this showing the correct? No, it's backwards. Okay. How do I do it? More. Where does it say to mirror the video? No. Is it effects? No. That's not it. No. the heck? There we go. Mirror. Now is it right? Did it flip? No, it did not. It didn't flip. There we go. Okay. All right, and let's zoom in because don't no one want to look at my bod. Hi, Jackie. Okay, I know that a million people are going to ask me what this yarn is when they pop in and out of the live. No worries, Amy. This is Noro Yukata. The color is number 4. Hang on, let me switch my video over here. Swap cameras. Okay. This is Yukata number 4. It's kind of a glare, a little bit of a glare. If I don't say it, then people will ask and they'll comment on the video years from now. It's just absolutely beautiful yarn. And I saw some of this. Oh, it's number 6. I've been saying number 4. It's actually number 6. Great. People are going to be mad at me. Never mind. It's Yukata number 6. I think I put it on the title as number 4. Wonder if I can go back and change it. I'll do it later. Okay. Well, then this is what I'm making. I'm making a superstar shawl with it. And I was inspired by Celeste Studios on here. And I'm ashamed to say I don't know her first name. Does anyone know her first name? Where am I on here? Okay. So they, look at those colors. I know. Gorgeous, right? Just gorgeous. So this yarn has like kind of like a pooling effect. So what I'm doing to offset that is I have 2 balls of it and I am changing colors. I'm alternating the balls. So every 2 rows I'm switching, which is kind of a pain, but it's working and it looks super nice, I think. What do y'all think of it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this isn't going to be any kind of tutorial video. It is just me hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. Thanks for sharing the live. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't it though? I just love it. It's got a lot of the colors that I love. They are not subtle at all. Thanks, Amy. And when I alternate colors, I'm carrying the yarn up the side. And then when I finish, I will work a row of single crochet over that. And so then I don't have to weave in a bunch of ends because no one that I know likes weaving in ends. Thank you. Thanks, Kay. I know. Is it not incredible? It's Yukata number 6. I'll flip it over. It's really hard to see though. Let's just cut this off. How about that? And this yarn was provided by Knitting Fever. Hi, Amy. Knitting Fever and Euro Yarns Incorporated. They gave me enough yarn for 2 shawls and a blanket. So you'll be seeing more. I love Noro. Oh my gosh. I've used it for quite a few things. It's absolutely joyful yarn to work with. I love yarn that changes colors. I also love this crazy green, and I love green and purple together. Hi, thanks for the follow. So, is anyone else crocheting tonight? What are y'all working on? Is that Pat? You hold your yarn in piece like that with your left hand and your hand hurts. Okay, so this is my bad habit, is this. So if you are holding your yarn like this and tensioning it like this will cause pain. So I am trying to retrain myself to wrap the yarn around my pinky finger so that it can relax. Okay, and tensioning the yarn that way. So the key to having your hands not hurt is to keep them relaxed. So if you are not using an ergonomic hook, run, do not walk, to get yourself an ergonomic hook. Although I use the Furls Odyssey, and they have had a shortage. Furls has had an Odyssey shortage for a while, so they're impossible to get right now. So I'm not really sure what to recommend anymore. I have ordered a couple other things, but I'm just really hooked on my Odysseys. So I don't really want to try something else. Yeah, they're not cheap here in the US either. These yarns are, I saw them retail for $51 a ball. It is a high-end yarn for sure. If you have a pencil grip, Beans Bug is asking, would you recommend Furls hooks if I hold with the pencil grip? I don't recommend the Odyssey for a pencil grip. I'm not sure which hook Furls recommends for pencil grip. I would actually contact them and ask them, because I believe they'll help you figure out which is the best hook for you. But I don't think the Odysseys are meant for pencil grip. You're welcome. I mean, I'll just say regarding the price of the Noro, I wouldn't recommend spending $60 on yarn every day, but if you want something truly special or you really want to treat yourself, this would be the yarn to try. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it is made with natural fibers, silk and wool. It's a very generous ball of yarn too. It's got over 600 yards of yardage per. I know that Celeste Studios, she had one ball of the yukata. She didn't want to buy a second one because of the price, and she had posted a TikTok saying she wasn't sure what she was going to do with it. In fact, she kind of inspired this whole project. So I sent her the star shawl, and she made a little itty bitty star shawl from her one yukata, and she added, she said she added a little bit of something else, but she did hers with one, and it's more of a scarf size, but she said she wears it all the time. So you could definitely do this with one. Hi. They are. I love Noro. I've used it a bunch, but I will admit that most of the Noro that I bought in the back room at Webb's. So it was already clearanced. Thank you, Sar. It's the 6-day Superstar Shawl. Oops. Hi, Pam. Yep, this is my pattern. This is a 6-day Superstar Shawl. The 6-day, I'm the designer of the 6-day kid blanket. And I've also reimagined it in a bunch of different ways. I think my count's off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. That's because I skipped 3 instead of 2. Yep, I've redesigned the 6-day kid blanket in a star shape. There are 3 different star variations. There are star shawls. There are star Christmas tree skirts. There are 6-day kid blanket scarves and shrugs and hoodies. And I did a 6-day granny square last year. Whoops. Wow, that was fast. Battery didn't last long at all. Guess I haven't been on that long, but I did some recording before I started the live, so. There we go. She says, I believe I have a copy of the 6-day blanket. Yep. It's the pattern that keeps on giving. I love this purple. Now it's changed to like a lighter purple, and there's something about that purple next to that greenish yellow that it's like, it makes me think about aliens. I don't know why, but I really love it. These are my colors right here. Oh my gosh, the green, the purple, the yellow, that bright peachy orange. 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Lisa Janes is making car cup coasters. So it was got very warm here on the Outer Banks this week. It was really nice. It was up in the 70s, had my windows open, and I had one of those nights last night where the thunderclap and the rain woke me up. Here's the yarn right here. Yukata number 6. You had a hailstorm in Georgia. Yeah, I got a message actually from my insurance company that said, you live in an area where you get hail, so we just want to tell you what to do to deal with it. And I thought, goodness, I hope it doesn't hail here on the Outer Banks. But am I weird that I like when I hear the thunderstorms? This big loud thunderclap, and it wakes me up. I mean, I'm glad it wakes me up because I did have my windows open. So I could get up out of bed and close the windows. So I don't get all rained on. Have you ever been working on a crochet project or like watching a movie or reading a book and you were enjoying it so much you never wanted it to end? It's kind of how I feel about this. I'm like, I don't care if I ever finish this. I could just keep working on this forever. It's so beautiful. So what happened with the hailstorm? Are you okay? Inhuman XK says. XK. Inhuman. Absolutely, you can send me a photo. Make a TikTok and tag me. And join my Facebook group and post it in there so everyone can see it. We love. Man, I love getting tagged. One time somebody said, I'm sorry for tagging you so much. I was like, what? I want to be tagged. Am I weird? Maybe I'm like an old dork. Because, yeah, make a TikTok. I will. Kawaii. Okay. Kawaii. So I can only see the K and the A. Inhuman X. Kawaii. Is that Kauai like the Hawaiian island? All is well. Ping pong ball size. Okay. Didn't hit your car. I would cry if my car got hit by hail. I just had him all fixed up. My car is a boy. Well, that's good. I've been parking my car under the... It means cute in Japanese. Aww. Chibi meaning small. I love that. So sweet. My daughter loves Japan. She grew up learning Japanese, and she loves all things Japanese. Thanks for the follow. Amy Bryson says, I love thunderstorms. Cannot wait for a good spring thunderstorm. Just want to watch it roll in. Well, I think it was either Debbie or Jackie from the McNittiverse who were actually here visiting when we had one of those big crazy thunderstorms, and it just, oh my gosh, it woke us up. Gigantic thunderclap. Sometimes the lightning hits really close. I love it. It's fun. Is that silly? Oh man, you know what? I think I messed up because I wasn't paying attention. Oh no, I did not. Okay. Woo! Yeah! I'm doing it right. Oh, you had a tornado. Oh my gosh. The only time I ever saw gigantic hail like that was when I was younger. I was actually a senior in high school, so I think it was 1985, and a tornado went through my town. And thankfully, I didn't experience the tornado, did not touch down close to me, but I experienced the hail. I was out in the yard playing with my little sister, who was about 10 years old at the time, 11 years old. And it started raining huge hail balls like that. And then my parents were like, the cars were out in the driveway, and my dad had this real nice like car that was a company car from his job. And I remember my mom said, would you pull the should we pull the cars in? And my dad was like, nah, it's fine. And then a second later, the hail, got really big, and so he went and pulled the cars in, and it was too late. His car was already damaged. I watched one touchdown when it was little, but it was right. It went right back up. It was maybe a mile. Yeah, it's terrifying. Thank you, Beach Girl. Yeah, hopefully if all goes well, I will be able to sell kits for these kits for this pattern with the yarn on my site. If things go as planned. That's what I am hoping for. But we'll see. Thanks for following. Appreciate it. I want to do another 6-day blanket, but do it differently so that the stripes look like the one I found. Yeah, there are lots of different ways to make the stripes, and yeah, if you are you can email me a picture of it and I can tell you which stripe it is, or you can find that information in my Facebook group and on my website. But there are different ways to stripe the blanket, and it makes them look different every time. So there's the original is called Vivid Chevrons. And that one is like the man blanket is Vivid Chevrons. The original 6-day kit blanket, the baby boy blanket are all Vivid Chevrons. Betty's Lazy Mixers, Vivid Chevrons. And then there's one called the Snowflake Effect, which is a wider stripe where you change between these granny rows and then it just gives the stripe a different look. Pam Myers says, I love kits. Cool. Where was I? Oh yeah, and then the viral stripe is, I think the one that everyone asks for is the Snowflake Effect because it sounds pretty. The one that's most recognizable, I think, is the viral stripe, and I think it's also the easiest because the colors change with the stitch repeat, the row repeat, so it's real easy. The Popsicle Effect is the one. Oh, hey, get her done. They said, sorry, been busy, haven't been. I haven't been on. I have not been on. I am, that's my timer. I am not good about going live regularly, and I'll just be honest and say that I just don't like scheduling out my life. I like doing what I want to do whenever I feel like doing it. Hello. So I am live in multiple places. If you are, thank you, Josephine. If you are in one of my Facebook groups, because they're private Facebook groups, and you make a comment, I can see your comment, but I can't see your name. If you comment on TikTok, I can see your username, and I might not remember who you actually are, your real name, if I know you from elsewhere. New grandbaby, she's only 2 months old. Oh, that's wonderful. Excuse me. I brought myself a little snack this time so I would have something to do when I took a break. I have some pineapple, which has bromelain in it. Bromelain. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it is good for inflammation. I'm gonna have some blueberries too. I should stand up, but it's only been it's only been 30 minutes. See what we do? I really don't know why I'm having a hard time swallowing today. Okay. So this is my little timer. I got these on Amazon. There are 2 of them. I think these are called Pomodoro timers. And whatever, you just, when you want to set the timer, you just turn the timer, however much time you want to set it for, to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and do 30 minutes again. And then that's my, this time when the 30 minutes goes off, I am going to get out of my chair no matter what. So there we go. If you don't have a little Pomodoro timer, use your phone or have some other signal to tell you to get up out of your chair or stop, take a break, stretch your hands, do a little movement, have a snack, drink your water, meditate, whatever you do. Yeah, I sometimes I just don't feel like going live. Hey Dee, I am alternating the cakes, so I still have both of them going. Good question though. I'm changing I'm changing cakes every 2 rows. So I've only done 1 row on this whole live. I'm working like at a snail's pace tonight. Thank you. They're the same colorway actually. I'm just alternating because I don't want pooling, and I know that the yarn is going to pool with this pattern. So I'm just hoping that by alternating them every 2 rows that the pooling will balance out between the 2 cakes of yarn. That's my hope. So far, so good. So did anybody watch the Vampire Lestat and the Mayfair Witches on AMC? Is anybody watching that? I watched both of those over the weekend. I wanted to do the free trial of AMC and then and just watch the shows and then quit. I have too many channels. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with TikTok. I think they're probably going to ban it. They don't really care what the guy has to say. They are just, going to do whatever they want. Well, it is nice if you have a dog or a kid. You will never be sitting down for too long with animals or small children to take care of. So yeah, if you're watching on TikTok, make sure you follow me somewhere else. Instagram or Facebook, or YouTube, my YouTube channel. I'm Betty McKnit everywhere, and I'm not going anywhere. Excuse me. Thanks for following. Whoops. That oil made my hook a little bit slippy. Oops. All right, so if y'all aren't watching those shows, what are you watching? What's good? I watched every single season of Married at First Sight. Don't ask me why. I watched every single season of Sister Wives. Don't ask me why. That was really sad, actually. It was super sad. Pandemic got them. Yellowstone. Oh, yeah. I started rewatching 1923 today because that's part of that story, right? With Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. Oh my gosh, they're such good actors. Thank you so much, Miss Pam. I appreciate it. I'm going to do a newsletter, hopefully tonight, get it out by Tuesday. I'd like to get it out by Tuesday and just talk about some things I have going on. I was talking about the 6-day kid blanket stripes before. One of my super followers, D. Louise, came up with, I mean, people have been doing this on, I don't know if Dee came up with it or if she was just like a recent person that did it, but I know people have been doing textured rows on row 6 of the 6-day kid blanket, but I really loved the way she did it, so I'm giving her credit for it. She does a back, front post, double crochet, and changes colors on row 6 of the 6-day kid blanket. So we're going to give that new stripe a name, and I have a little form up where you can thank you so much. You can suggest a name for this stripe that Dee made, and so I'm making a new baby blanket with that, and that hopefully is going to come out soon. I have a couple baby blanket. That's what I'm really focused on right now, is getting these new baby blanket patterns ready for you all. Yeah, so there's that stripe, and then we have another stripe coming that the members of my my paid community, the Betty McKnittiverse, are actually naming the other stripe, which is the flat 6-day kid blanket stripe without the chevron. So that is coming up. That's going to be a baby blanket, and that stripe is going to have its own name. So right now we have 5 stripes for the 6-day kid blanket, and pretty soon we're going to have 7. We're going to have 7 stripes. Exciting stuff in the crochet, Betty McKnitt's crochet world, let me tell you. Most of my new patterns that come out are made in this with the same 6 rows of stitches, called the 6-day kid blanket. That was the original name that I gave it. Most of the projects can actually be done in 6 days or less. Somebody tonight said they did one in 2 days. I know someone who did one in 11 hours one time. She just kind of marathoned it out, cranked it right out. It works up quick. That's what's some things that are hopefully going to be in the newsletter. And I appreciate you signing up for it. I don't send a lot of emails. I probably should send more. I do about 1 a month is what I do. Sometimes less. been knitting and crocheting for over 50 years. I don't get to read all the newsletters I've signed up for. I hear you. I hear you on that. You know, and I think that's why I don't send too many. And I get annoyed when I'm getting a newsletter from somebody like every day or every week. You know, sometimes it's too much. So I try to keep it to like once a month. And then sometimes I do crochet alongs. And when you're in the crochet along, you might get the email every day, you know, with the video from the day before and just the updates and stuff like that. These colors be pretty for a poncho. Oh yeah, for sure. They sure would. Okay, so I'm at the end, and this is my other ball of yarn. So I'm gonna switch, and I'll show you how I switch colors. And the last stitch of the row is a double crochet. So I work the double crochet, and when I go to pull through the last 2 loops, I bring in the second yarn and I'm floating it. So it has to be just right. It can't be pulled too tight and it can't be too loose, because I'm going to work over that with a single crochet, and I just want it to lay down right next to the edge of the work. So it should have a tiny bit of give, but it's got to be just right. Okay, and then I take my old yarn and I bring it up and over the new working yarn, and then I work my first single crochet of the next row, and I just catch that yarn under the loop, and then I'm going to untangle them, swap them out places so they don't tangle up with each other. I always keep my working yarn on my left. And then I always kind of pay attention to which direction I turn my work. And I try to turn one way and then the other, but this is just 2 balls of yarn, so they're pretty easy to keep straight. And now let me see, what row am I on here? I'm on row 4. Single crochet all the way. Woo! Yeah! Such a great row. Single crochet and I don't have to think. And three single crochet in the chain 3 spaces. That's how this row goes. This isn't a tutorial, but whatever. Hi Hannah, thanks for the follow. Getting ready to cake up some Malabrigo worsted. I have no idea how to say that. Where is the accent? Is it Malabrigo? What? I have always been confused by that word. But the yarn, yummy. Yummy. You know, I haven't done a poncho. Actually, I have done a 6-day kid blanket poncho, but it's still in pre-release. I never released it. I just left it in the McKnitiverse. I have a bunch of patterns in the McKnitiverse that are pre-release patterns and exclusive patterns that I'm never going to release. What was the first way I said it? Malabrigo? Malabrigo. Pam, I really like your profile picture. It's very pretty. Malabrigo. Oh, it's brie. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. This yarn goes thick and thin on you. Thick and thin, thick and thin. It's supposedly a 2, and I am using an H hook with it, which is a, what is that? 4.5? 5? 5 millimeter. You're part of some purple lovers groups. Nice. I didn't know there were such a thing. H is 5 millimeter. Thank you. I love this shawl. First of all, I love a superstar. I love the superstar of all the star blanket uh, versions. The star, the superstar, and the supernova. The superstar is my favorite. I just love it. I like the repetition of it, but I like that it's like the points are not like, they don't get to be like millions and millions of stitches long like the star does. And the supernova is just too much to think about. I just can't with that pattern. Rows 7B, 7C, 2A, 2B. Come on now. Make up your mind. But the superstar, oh, the setup rows are like really early on in the pattern. And then you just go. It's Noro Yukata number 6. I think the title might say number 4, but it's number 6. I made a mistake. think number 4 is the other colorway they sent me. And then they sent me enough yarn for a blanket too, so I got to get working on that. Get working on that. I got this. I got my baby blankets I'm working up. It's a lot of crochet, man. It's a lot. That's the way. I like it. It's hard to tell how much yarn you've used with this, the way it's worked up. Like, it just looks like it's never changing. It just looks like it goes on and on and on. Thank you. So is everybody ready for Monday? Tomorrow's Monday. When is spring break? Or is it already over? Amy says she just finished a baby blanket and she just started another baby blanket. I have that new stripe. We haven't come up with a name for that the flat stripe yet. Spring break is over. Okay. Pam just finished a C2C for her new grandnephew and a winged border. Said she'll tag me on Instagram. Can't believe spring break is over. We had a few people out here. Usually we get the spring breakers, but there weren't that many people out here this March yet. Out here on the Outer Banks where I live. If I remember correctly, last year they started showing up around the middle of March. I had a couple of house guests myself. But I thought there'd be more people here. Hey, beach girl. The weather across the country has been so crazy. Northern states are snowed in still. Pictures from the Montana are crazy. Tornadoes ripping apart other communities. It really has been different, hasn't it? It's been a very different year. Somebody in Georgia at the beginning of the call was saying that they got hail. They had a hailstorm. Too many stomach bugs going around. Well, that was fun to whip across that single crochet row. Hi, Amanda. How you doing? Oh, there goes my timer. Okay, I think I said I was going to get up out of my chair at the end of the end of that timer. Hi, Pam. Yeah, I am on Ravelry. I am not active on there as much anymore. I do post my patterns and they're for sale. They are for sale on Ravelry, but the best place to get my patterns if you want them is directly from my website, bettymcknit.com. I'm going to get up out of my chair. Like I said I would. Oh, yeah. Come on, Betty. Betty's bones. Get them bones up out of that chair, Betty. You guys on TikTok can't see me, but if you're watching me on YouTube, I'm stretching out my wrists and my hands. But listen, what I want to say is I was a dancer for most of my life and I am hypermobile. So don't necessarily think that you can stretch your hands and fingers and wrists, or that you need to stretch your hands and fingers and wrists back as far as I can for your stretch to be effective. I would go no further than a 7. Pam says you should stretch a little, flex your fingers, and shake them. I was actually told not to shake my hand. Your hook matches your yarn. I know, I love when that happens. The hook matches the yarn. When I stand up out of my chair, I always stretch my hip flexors as well. Because when you're sitting down, your hip flexors are flexed and they become tight when you sit. Keep them in that position for long periods of time, and then that translates into lower back pain. Okay, my friends, I think I'm gonna do another 30 minutes and then I'm gonna call it a night. The reason why I don't like, I feel like an invalid when I get up and down, up out of this chair, but it doesn't roll, and I have to have it like really pulled all the way up to my table so that I can comfortably work under my overhead camera. And it also, it squeaks. So like getting in and out of it is a little bit awkward. It's one reason I don't like to do it on camera, because it just sounds like, it sounds so awful, and I feel like I look like ridiculous doing it. Feel something there. This feels really good when I do it, but I think it is possible to like overdo it. It can bruise you. So, all right, I'm going to set this for 30 again. And then when it goes off next time, I'm done for the night. It's a shawl. It's the star shawl. I always have to look because I don't have this pattern memorized. I just have to look down the row to see how many I'm supposed to skip. Oh, thank you. I'm excited about it. I really like this purple and the green, and I like when they line up next to each other too. I'm using 2 balls of Yukata number 6, and I'm alternating them every 2 rows because I do know that this yarn is going to pool. The colors are going to pool, and I'm hoping that by alternating the balls of yarn that they will, whatever pooling happens will balance itself out. Simply Ma'am says, oh my goodness, you're using Noro. I haven't seen anyone use Noro forever. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or I actually got the idea from Sayla Studios. She had a ball of this Noro Yukata, and Knitting Fever reached out to me and said, do you want to do a pattern for us? Or it is gorgeous, isn't it? Do you want to sell your patterns for us? We'll send you some yarn. And I said, yes, send me some of that yukata that Sayla Studios did her star shawl with. I sent them her TikTok and everything. And they were like, okay. And they sent me 2 balls of number 6 and 2 balls of something else to work up the star and the superstar. And that's what I'm doing. This is the 6-day superstar shawl. And it is, yeah, they want more crochet. There aren't enough crochet. I personally don't think I just went to a wool festival, a fiber festival, And there was very little crochet on display. Pam says, I haven't watched the video yet, but a group I'm a member of shared, you should take a 5-minute stretch every 30 to 60 minutes. I don't follow directions well, but I take a break when I need it. Well, I mean, I think that's good. I think this is what I promote, I guess would be the right word. I was, and I'll just say my background comes from dance. I was a dancer for most of my life and a choreographer. And I am also a somatic movement therapist and educator. I think that the recommendation about, working at a desk all day or sitting down, is that you should get up and move at least once an hour. And I don't think 5 minutes is enough, honestly, but that's just me. I said something to, I don't know if it was one of my doctors. I said, I get up and move. And they said, you should be getting up and moving every 20 minutes. And I was like, holy smokes, I know I'm not going to do that. But just saying I'm going to take a break, for me, the time the time just rolls on and I don't realize how long I've been sitting and all those things. So I plan my breaks with intention. That's why I have those little timers, and I have other things that I do. Normally I lay my work down and look it over at the end of the row. And that is not just to rest my hands, but that's also to kind of take a step back and look at my work and see if I screwed something up, and let myself admire it and enjoy what I'm doing. Hi, Randa. It's free and paid. It's on my site, 6-Day Superstar Shawl. You can work it right off my site, and you got to look at the ads so I can get paid if you want to do it for free. Or you can purchase the ad-free PDF for, I think it's $4. But yeah, I think saying you have to take breaks. I don't think that is enough, because, we think we're taking a break every hour, but sometimes a couple of hours go by before we realize we haven't taken a break. So that's why I use the little timers, and I do 30 minutes and I stop. I'm going to do another crochet marathon on here. I thought that was a lot of fun to do, but I did a crochet marathon a few weeks ago, and you can see the whole video on my TikTok. I explain how I did it and the intentions that I set for myself when I went into doing it, so that I wouldn't hurt myself. I'm sorry, is it linked, and what's the name? It's the 6-Day Superstar Shawl. And there's also a 6-Day Star Shawl and a 6-Day Supernova Shawl. They're all very similar, but they have different features, and they are based on the 6-Day Star blanket. And all my patterns, if you want the PDF, are on my TikTok store. So you can just go to my profile, and then there's like a little shopping bag icon, and you can shop for them there. Or you can go to my website, bettymcknit.com, and all my patterns are free there. The festivals do seem to be, this is Pam talking on YouTube. Festivals do seem to be knit oriented. Yes, they are. I see Noro used more in garments. Okay. Every 20 minutes is, I mean, every 20 minutes is a bit too much. It might not be too much, but I know I'm not going to do it. I'm time blind, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, I'm going to take breaks or I'm going to stop. A lot of the time we don't. Sometimes I don't even realize that I'm in pain or I'm feeling numbness or I'm getting tingles until I stop and put the work down. So I even think to tell myself, like, if I'm in pain, I'm going to stop, because sometimes I don't even feel it until I stop. You know what I'm saying? It's like, have you ever been like, you didn't realize you were hungry until somebody put food down in front of you? And then you're like, oh my gosh, I guess I was hungry, Let's see. Carolyn says, I love the colors. I have been sick for some time. I've been trying to get back into it. I'm sorry you haven't been well, my dear. Just maybe start with something super easy. Something that you love the colors, or you love the yarn, or something that you have been wanting to do, something for yourself, for your healing. We don't crochet or knit for ourselves. We're always doing things. It's just like life, right? We're always doing things for other people, and we're never doing anything for ourselves. Making gifts, baby blankets, holiday, handmade gifts for everybody we know. But we don't always do stuff for ourselves. So I suggest you do something for yourself. Weaving in the ends on my Halloween themed star blanket. I really want to see that. Speaking of spring break, there's some people walking past my window right now. Hi, Debbie. Hey, Debbie, earlier tonight, was that you? Were you here when we were woken up in the middle of the night by a thunderclap, lightning strike, or a thunderclap? Was that you? I know there was like somebody from my crochet world that was staying here when that happened. Hi, Rosemary. It's the 6-day Superstar Shawl. And it's free on my website with an ad-free PDF purchase option. The yarn is Noro Yukata number 6. Yeah, there was a storm when you were here. You're welcome, my dear. Bex, are you in my Facebook group? I would love it if you posted it there. Thank you, Debbie. It is colorful, isn't it? Hi, thanks for the follow. It's the 6-day kid blanket group on Facebook. And then I have another group called Betty's Besties. It's not as active in that group because everybody's doing, the 6-day kid blanket is more what I'm doing all the time, That's what I'm known for. 6-day kid blanket, 6-day star blanket, 6-day crochet. Randa says, I'm in a Discord where people share free patterns. Is it okay if I share your link? Absolutely. Yeah, as long as you're sharing the links and not the patterns themselves. You know, not the PDF. Just always share the links. Because content theft is the bane of my existence. Debbie says I'm up to 9 repeats on my blanket, loving the colors. Oh, nice. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Please share the link. I appreciate that, Randa. I mean, not everybody knows that that's not okay to do. They think, well, it's free. You know, it's free. Why can't I just share it? It's because people don't understand how free patterns actually work. I mean, I make way more money on my free patterns than I do on my paid only patterns. In fact, I only have one paid only pattern, and I keep saying I'm just going to go ahead and make it free because it's, you know, nobody buys it. I don't talk about it that much either. And also, like, the 6-day patterns are my jam, you know? So, hi, Jody. All right, Bex, I will add you when I get off of here. Debbie says, added more bonus bundles to my stash this weekend and 2 more custom project bags. Holy moly. Girl. Debbie went to the Fiber Festival with me that I was talking about like 2 weekends ago, was that? We went and stayed overnight, and then we went to the Fiber Festival, which was super fun, but my feet hurt. And then we came back to my beach house, and we sat and crocheted for I don't know how many hours, and we did not set timers and get up every 20 minutes or even every hour. I can tell you that for a fact. We watched TV and we crocheted, and I forget what we watched. What did we watch when you were here, Debbie? Jody says, I'm making more cardigan for my granddaughters. Aww. They are 1 and 3 and 8 years. That's so great. And then they can pass them down as they grow. That is so nice. Please make sure you tag me so I can see those or post them in the group. Oh yeah, Hunger Games. That's right. The Hunger Games. Did you finish watching them all? Oh, I love those movies. I think I like the movies a lot because I really liked the books. Yes, I remember. Jody says, of course, I made one for myself, which I love. I tagged you. Yep, I saw that. Don't be shy. Post them in the group so everybody can see. We've got a lot of new people too. They probably don't know that there's a 6-day everything, you know. Amy Bryson says, I've been binge watching 1983, 1923, 1883, I mean 1923, and Yellowstone. Oh my gosh, I keep slipping my hook out of my... And Yellowstone over spring break, and I finished a mosaic baby blanket in 6 days. I'm just watching the end of 1923 right now. I don't think I ever finished it. I definitely watched 1883. That was really good. May I ask, is your patterns beginner friendly? Yes. If you are new to crochet, I think the first one you should do is the star blanket. I think the 6-day star blanket is the easiest of the patterns, and then the regular, original 6-day kid blanket would be next. And then, from there, the sky's the limit. But they're all easy patterns. They're all rated easy. Not beginner, but easy. So all you have to know how to do is chain, single crochet, double crochet for the star blanket. Chain, single crochet, double crochet 3 together. And there's some counting. It can be a little tricky. The 6-day kid blanket, in my opinion, is trickier to get started. I think the star blanket has some tricky spots, but I've got videos for the star blanket where you can sit and crochet the entire thing along with me. I'm not the best at doing tutorials, but I am good at like sitting and chatting with you while you work it out. I listened to an audiobook, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And then, is that a Game of Thrones book? That sounds like Game of Thrones. Oh, it's coming to theaters this fall. Okay, hold on. What did I do here? Nice. Happy to have you. Oh, it's the prequel to the Hunger Games. Yes. I am there. Rihanna says, how do I fix rippling? I must have messed up how many stitches. Should I pull some rounds back? Which, are you talking about the star blanket? What are you talking about? If it is, if your blanket is cupping or pulling, you need to go up a hook size. If it's rippling, you probably did too many, you made a mistake. You put too many stitches in. Best thing to do would be to post a picture in my Facebook group and we'll help you, or make a TikTok and I'll help you. You're doing your first ever star. What row are you on? What row are you on that it's rippling? Now in the setup rows, in the setup rounds, it says 2 double crochet all the way back here. Oh, this is the star shawl, but it's based on the same pattern. So all the way back here, it says 2 double crochet, right? 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 3, but it does not say 2 double crochet in the same stitch. It says 2 double crochet. That means you do 1 double crochet in one stitch and then you do another double crochet in the next stitch. So I would check your setup round 3 and see if you did that. Did you do 2 in one stitch? And I have YouTube videos too that walk you through the star. But you'll get it, don't worry. If it's ruffling, it is, you made a mistake. If it's cupping and it's curling, it's pulling up like this, then you may need a bigger hook. Oh, it's the story of snow. Send me a pic or do a TikTok or post in the group and we'll help you. The nice thing about the group is there are a lot of people in there that can help besides me. So if I'm sleeping or if, I'm not available or I don't get to it right away, then there's lots of people there to help you. And the videos are there too, but I'm not the best at videos. I'm just not gonna lie. Don't be mean to me. Don't be mean to me, YouTube. Why are people so mean on YouTube? Amy says, did the person who posted in the Facebook group about the straight start, about the pattern being wrong on the straight start, ever figure out what they were doing? I was watching for... No, is it the one that posted is it the person who typed out the stitches and said the counts were wrong? I have changed that and I need to update it on all the patterns because even though I wrote it correctly, I believe I wrote it correctly. Maybe I didn't, but I believe I did. People struggle with pattern reading, and that part is confusing. I learned how to write patterns as a knitter. I learned how to write knitting patterns. So I think some of my crochet pattern writing skills are, come over from there. And crocheters really seem to have a hard time with that direction. Repeat until 3 stitches remain and then 3 single crochet. To me it's obvious, but I'm a knitter, so I don't know. Anyways, it's clearly not obvious to everyone who reads that because I keep getting, it's the same thing all the time over and over again. There's not enough stitches, and it's because they're trying to repeat the entire their entire repeat, and they're not reading the instruction to repeat to the last 3 stitches, which means you stop when you have 3 stitches left, regardless of where you are in that pattern repeat. They don't always come back and say, what they did. Oh, thank you, my dear. Well, thank you, Amanda. Yeah, it's standard pattern writing, but it's not, it's not straightforward, I guess. I love blankets, but I never seem to be able to finish blankets because it's a lot. Well, you'll finish your star blanket. It's so fun. I am going to go out on a limb and say that the people that struggle the most with reading patterns are the people that have been crocheting or knitting for a long time and they overthink. Overthinking is the enemy of pattern reading. And people who have done a lot, they've done a lot of different patterns. And then okay, there's my timer. So I'm just going to finish this row and then I'm going to be done for the night. People who have done a lot of patterns, and you know, every pattern writer, crocheter, you know, everyone has their own style for how to do things. People that have done, you know, all the 6-day stuff, they know my style. They know what to expect. But someone who's new to it, maybe they've done, let's just say, a bunch of Mikey's patterns. I have never done a single one of Mikey's patterns, so I don't know how he writes his patterns, but let's just say they've done a lot of Mikey's patterns and it's like not the way Mikey would write it. So, you know, they go, well, maybe it should be this. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this written like this before. I think she actually means da da da. And then they, you know, they make a little adjustment to the pattern. It's not what they think it should be, or it doesn't quite make sense to them the way that it's written. So that's why I say trust the pattern. Because, you know, it's overthinking, really. And then people will come in with the math. Well, if you have this many and you repeat it and then the math doesn't work, it should be this many stitches instead of that many stitches. But looking at the math and the numbers doesn't answer the question. It just complicates things. So I think overthinking is the enemy of good pattern reading. There are a lot of patterns with, you know, mistakes and stuff like that in them. And there are a lot of bad patterns out there that are just make no sense at all. I've bought patterns that made no sense. Like, what the heck is this? You know, what am I doing here? But yeah, I think overthinking is the biggest thing. If you don't understand it, just do what it says. Just do what it says. And, you know, you'll probably figure it out. Debbie says, I used the 6-day viral blanket for the straight start instructions and didn't have a problem. I don't do anything different because I'm not that good, but I try to do, yeah, sometimes it's overthinking or just misreading it. It happens. Hi, Rebecca. It's the 6-day superstar shawl. It's free on my website, bettymcknit.com. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, and I'll just say, like, always reach out for help because I'm here. I have my group. I have my YouTube. I'm cranky sometimes, but I'm mostly nice. I'll help you. I do get cranky. But, you know, I have my moments. But I think we all do. But, yeah, I'll always help you out. I'd rather you come and ask me a question than post a stupid Etsy review. Oh my gosh. I'm so tired of that. Have a great night, Pam. Thanks for showing up. I will see you in the group. I'll do those approvals once I get off of here. We had a lot of join requests the last couple days because of a post. My daughter said that to me this week. Mom, you're mostly nice and a little cranky sometimes. Yep. I notice it when I do get like cranky over stuff like this, that when I really sat down and thought about like, why am I feeling like this right now? It's because I am upset. I get upset with myself, and and I feel shame that I made a mistake, and I set like really high standards, perfectionist standards for myself and for my work. And when there's something wrong or somebody can't understand it, or they're, they're they're saying that my work is, has an error, or it's sometimes these Etsy reviews are like kind of mean, that it's not high quality or whatever, like on YouTube. Like, I know my tutorial videos aren't that great. I don't care. I don't want to sit and edit videos all the time, Like, I need a VA to do that for me because I do not enjoy it. But, I think it's because I kind of turn it back on myself. But I get over it just like everyone else. Good night, Debbie. Have a good one. Let's see. Amy says, mostly it's because I told my daughter to pick up her underwear from the floor 12 times. Yep. Thankfully, I live alone, so I can throw my underwear wherever I want. Nobody cares. But then, yeah, when I get tired of the mess, then sometimes I am mean to myself. Hi, Eva. It's Noro Yukata number 6. Yeah, then I get cranky on myself. I'm like, come on, Beth. Empty the bathroom trash already. Pick up the fold the laundry. When I was oh my goodness, years ago, my kids were younger. My now ex-husband was in the military and he was deployed all the time, and I was homeschooling my kids, and I lived across the country from every single person I knew. And, my family and people like that would, help me out when I needed a night off or, whatever. And so it was just me and my kids all the time. And it was right after 9/11, so the deployment was extremely stressful. I had one rule for myself and to like manage my life, and it was fold the laundry as you are taking it out of the dryer. That was like the one thing that I would do no matter what. No matter how stressed out or how much time, I was like, this one thing is going to just, it was like my sanity saver. It was like, no matter what I'm doing, I am folding all this laundry right now. Because otherwise, it goes in a basket and you never see or hear from it again. It would be, like my kids would have grown out of those clothes before I folded them and put them away. I'd be like, oh man, these jeans. I wouldn't have had to buy my daughter new jeans, if I would have just folded the laundry. Oh, let's see. New mill. It is Noro Yukata, number 6. Not everyone can read a pattern and understand it from the get-go. Pay them no mind. Yeah, that's true, but sometimes people on the internet are unnecessarily mean, and they tell half truths in their Etsy review. Philip says, "Slay that crochet!" Yes, that's what I'm doing. Okay, it is. It is today's. Yeah, today is Sunday, so it's turnover day. So there are people. Oh, it's the same people. Now they're walking home. Yeah, people are. I love the quiet winters here on the Outer Banks, and I also love the busy season when the tourists are here. It's like I love both. I mean, sometimes the tourists do get on my nerves. Let's see. Amy says she's been super sweet this weekend. I let her adopt a cat. Aww. I sorted my daughter's clothes this week. She has outgrown most of her clothes. I have to go shopping. Thankfully, she only wears soft pants, aka leggings. She hates hard pants. Me too. I bought a pair. Oh, the next time I go to Virginia Beach, I'm going to get some more of those pants from Old Navy. Don't come after me for buying clothes at Old Navy, but they have these big girl um yoga pants that have a big band up the top and no elastic at the waist. Can I just tell you, not only do I feel like they make me look like skinny, it's actually funny to use that word about myself, but I felt good in those pants, okay? And they do not have that elastic to like squeeze me right around my stomach. Oh, I hate that feeling. I'm almost to the end of the row and then I'm going to stop for the night. It has been so fun hanging out and crocheting with you all. Beck says, your patterns work for a vast majority, so I'm sure you're doing something right. I think so too. And I will say 99.9% of people are absolutely wonderful and lovely. And it's just that 1%, like 0.1%. One negative comment, one negative review, one little snark can really impact. I'm getting better about it, but it affects the things you say online do affect people. There are human beings at the other end of that. So, yeah. I'm getting better, but it does bother me sometimes. Hi Athena, thank you for following. Um let's see. I love Old Navy. I also live in UMG brand. Their dresses are super comfy and have pockets, and I am not much of a dress wearer. I have totally gotten into wearing dresses the last couple of years, especially since I had my surgeries and I have to wear compression garments sometimes. And I just throw a dress on over them. It's comfy. I'm almost there. Yes, it is a 2 weight, and I know this is really hard to see. It's a 2 weight, and I am using an H hook with it. It's still hard to see because it's not in focus. I'm using an H, which is what do we decide that was? A 5mm hook? 5mm. Yep. It goes thick and thin, thick and thin, thick and thin. Good night, beach girl. Slay that crochet. Yes, green and purple. Green and purple. Green and purple. Hallelujah. Look at these colors. Oh my goodness. I'm in love. Oh, thank you for sharing the live. Oh my gosh. My back just cracked about 80 times. Going to make the 6-day supernova blanket in Gnome. Oh man. I want to see that. Please tag me. Woo, that was a good one. All right, my friends. I am gonna jump off of here. Oh my goodness. I don't want to bring my camera down because look how amazing that looks. There we go. Try taking a picture of it. You've been crocheting for 33 years. Well, don't overthink the pattern. I appreciate it. Don't overthink. It's an easy one. It's an easy one. Ah, oh. Wow, 9:24. Thank you, Amy. All right, my friends. Oh man, I can't wait to wear this. Can't wait to put it on. It's going to be so cool. I'm going to send it to my daughter to photograph. Maybe she can style it with her friend. They have a lot of cool colors and clothes. They're cool looking. They're cool kids. Not like me. Man, would you look at that? That's incredible. It's worth it to maybe splurge on a little yarn. I know somebody was like balking at the price of the yarn a little bit, but look at this. This is what you're paying for. It's fabulous. It feels incredible. It's silk and wool, so it's drapey, and it's light, but it also has some like bite to it, some weight to it. It's heavy and light. It's soft, it's light. It's a very nice fabric. I think the weight is going to be really perfect for like a spring or summer, little extra something to throw on in case it gets cool at night kind of thing. But yeah, I'm in love with this. In love. All right, I'm going to say goodnight finally. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for being here. I love and appreciate you all. Mwah. Take care. Have a good one.